In this video, I'm going to show you how to install a Favicon or Favicon, depending how you want to pronounce it.
This video is brought to you by EpiPies Academy.
It is a small but actually very important part of your WordPress website, any website. So take a look. If you don't know what's a Favicon, I'll show you. You see how all these browsers here, they're from different websites, but they all have a logo that you recognize. You know that this is YouTube. You know that this is Outlook, this is Gmail, and this is something that I just made to show you. This is WordPress, so you kind of get to realize this, right? And the ones that don't have it, the ones that have it kind of blank, they don't stand out at all. And when people have like a lot of browsers open when they're working, so they're easily reminded what they were working on when they see a Favicon there, and they're able to get back to their work. Whereas if there was blank, they kind of don't know what it was anymore, and they don't see the title anymore. So it's actually going to increase engagement with your site a lot if you actually have a Favicon. And I'm going to show you how to make one. So what you need is, I just made a dummy image. You see it's a happy face. This is our kind of default blog we're working from. And you see I just made a happy face image. You need a 16 pixel by 16 pixel, sometimes 32 pixel by 32 pixel file image. And if you don't have that, just scale the image that you have, scale that down to 16 by 16 or 32 by 32. And then you use an FTP file. For me, I use CyberDuck in the Mac system. If you have, any FTP client will work. And if you use CyberDuck, you see that I made a file called, I'll show you, I made a file called favicon.ico. It's right here, and you can just rename your any .jpeg or PNG file and rename it favicon.ico and upload it here right to the root of your website, right? So wherever your website is, you see how I'm showing you, completebreakout.com, right to the root of that, upload that favicon.ico file through FTP. And then what you need to do, there's one more step you need to do, and it's a little bit of a complicated step, so I'll walk you through it. You need to go to your dashboard, right? This is your WordPress, and you need to add, go to Appearance, and you go to Editor, okay? See Appearance, and then Editor. Once you're there, you want to see navigate here and find your header.php file, click it, and then you will have a kind of thing like this show up. And what you need to do is you need to add these two lines to your file and then click save, or in this case the button is called update file, but essentially it will save for you. And what I'm going to do right now is actually I'm going to provide these lines for you, right? And it's going to be inside your header file, right? This is inside your header meta tag of the header.php file, okay? And I just put it as the last lines before the closing tag. And what I'm going to do now is actually I'm going to make a lecture in this course that you're taking, and I'm going to add that text so that you can just easily go and grab it, okay? Okay, so that's going to be the name of the lecture so that you know what to look for. And it's been a little bit slow, so just bear with it. And then I'm going to add, I'm going to add content. It's going to be text. And I'm just going to paste this stuff in there. And the only thing I'm going to change is I'm going to say your website, okay? Your domain. And same here, your domain. So for you, whatever your domain is, put your domain in there, okay? And I'm going to publish this lecture, and then I'm going to drag it to the appearance area. Where is it? Plugins, themes and appearance, and it's going to be, so look for it in the themes and appearance section of this course, okay? Probably the lecture you're watching is going to be right before that, telling you that the next lecture will be this lecture. Anyway, that probably was a little confusing, but that's how you do it. Okay, so now you have the text to add, you know what to add. Lastly, the only thing that might stop you here is if you don't have permissions. If you don't have permissions to change files, okay, here's how you change the permissions. And you go to the, if you're on a Mac, you go to your terminal, and you have to SSH to your server, and you have to enter these commands. So you see where I am. This is the URL. This is the directory where you need to go to. It's basically whatever your server structure is, and then your website, and then WordPress content, themes, and then the theme name. So you do this for your theme, and then you have to enter this. You have to enter this chmod 777, which is giving you all the permissions. Header.php, which will enable you to make changes. This will give you the permissions to make changes to that header file. And when you are done, you want to do a command 644 or whatever your server was originally set to, which will limit the permissions so that it's more secure. And if you can't do this, have your system administrator do this for you. But you want to get the purpose of this is that first you want to change the permissions so that you're able to make changes to the header file, and then you just want to make changes to the permissions so that nobody else can make header files, so that it's more secure and the permissions are more restrictive, so that some spammers or hackers can't get into it. Okay, and that's pretty much it. That's kind of, and then this will render, as opposed to having something like nothing appearing at all or something like this appearing. And just to make sure that you understand, you got to do this for your theme. So this is inside your theme. So if you install a new theme, you've got to do this all over for that new theme. Okay, so this is something you do per theme. So once you decide on a theme, then you customize that theme this way. So that's how you set the favicon. Hopefully yours is prettier than this, although this is actually better than something that's blank. So hopefully it represents your logo. If you want to make a logo, you can put your logo as your favicon, because that's the best case scenario. And after you've set the favicon text, by the way, after you've set this, you don't have to set this anymore for your theme. All you have to do is just, if you have a new, better favicon, all you have to do is just re-upload and overwrite the favicon here, and it will render. So that's pretty much how you do it, and I'll leave you guys with that.